Hello. Hello.
Well, it's Friday for me, so it's Easter for some peeps, and plus, yeah, I'm not yet at that big VTuber level yet where I can get away with, hitting on Twitch and seeing all kinds of peeps. But yeah, thank you so much, Furry Cures, for being the first person to redeem. Even like, because I'm gonna be real, I was actually worried a bit because it was like, normally someone is on the button and they're like, I'ma hit it real fast, but that didn't happen. There wasn't like there was like nothing going on for 30 seconds, and so I was like, uh-oh, did I remember to actually like go live? Is it on testing mode? Did I turn on subscriber only or anything like that? But I don't think I didn't. So yeah, I double checked, didn't do any of that. So I'm chalking it down to the fact that like it's for you it's what, Thursday evening, Friday morning, like early morning for you. Meanwhile, it's, let's see, 5:54 p.m. for me. So yeah, and I know there's a few peeps that are probably got some other streamers looking at. One person I'm actually curious about. They haven't yet gone online, but they're definitely on my like, I'm gonna keep an eye on them. Is Kusaki, because I know they're doing a furry VTuber re-debut, which I'm really curious what in the world their VTuber looks like. It looks like they're getting a 2D. They're going back to a 2D VTuber, which I'm really curious what that's going to look like. Because my thoughts on the whole like 2D V2 versus 2D is that 3D VTubing, it's one of those ones where it's really, like, it's a lot of technical work to get it started, but one of the other side issues as well for the, you know, technical difficulty is that they're not easy to do a lot of crazy, cool nonsense with. You have to, like, restrain yourselves to, you know, the VRM rigging and model and what have you. You can't, like, I've seen some 2D VTubers that do some crazy looking stuff where, like, there's one that looked it wasn't even like an actual, like, furry VTuber. It was, I think it was like Maura Copley or something like that from HoloLive. They went and did like a horse or something. Was it them or was it someone else? Someone did a horse, and they did like a really long-faced horse. And the, like, I fall into the uncanny valley for like horse faces and such like that, because the jaw of a horse should not be able to like open as far as mine does. It's a very like sort of odd edit. And some people can get like really frightened by, you know, a horse face where the jawline, it looks like I can open it to like almost all the way to my cheekbones. That's not how it is for horses. Horses normally go for, you know, this really short kind of like, so if you look at my mouth, how it has like, you know, the overall black area and then it goes to gray, normally it would only open at the black area. And maybe that's something I need to do as an edit for my VTuber at some point. But doing edits to 3D VTuber models, like texture-wise, are really easy and such, but if you don't have the time or the skill, it is quite tricky doing the edits to a 3D VTuber. Whereas with a 2D VTuber, there's a lot of finicky nonsense in terms of weights, layers, and what have you. But it's one of those, from what I've seen, people are way more creative with 2D VTubers because as you can have like a lot more, like, I call it top-heavy sort of effects, like shiny stuff, and just like more accessories on them and what have you. And, you know, people sometimes normally gravitate more towards the 2D VTuber as well because it's, you know, less resource intensive. Like this is technically 2D VTuber because I'm just using right now 4 PNGs to make this. Mouth open, closed, and then the same thing again with the eyes closed instead of open. So that's how I've got this one done. And I hope it works out really well. I hope this one is a lot better, you know, in terms of people having a quick peek at me. Like, you know, after all the advertisements gone off and all that kind of nonsense, people will, you know, sort of see this VTuber and be like, oh, this one's a little more appropriate for, you know, seeing that it's not just a blank thingamajiggy. Because there is a lot of marketing and science behind. You need a model. You need a face for people to look at. Hi there, Masonic. You're doing your quick Himbo check. Ooh, that's not good. That's just 4%. That's not a really good percentage. That's not good. That's not good at all. I don't know. You normally have it much higher than that. Excuse me. I was just holding my, like, water bottle right in front of me, taking a few, like, sneaky sips. Oh my goodness, what is with all that bouncing? What the fuck? What the hell is with all the bouncing? You're still a PNG. Yes, I am still a PNG. While I am playing PC games, until I have the new CPU, which isn't arriving until, like, the end of April, beginning of May, like, it's a very broad calendar day when my new CPU will come in. But until that comes in, any PC games I play, it's going to be just, you know, my generic, it's just going to be this 2D PNG. But this one's a little bit different. Rather than it being the audio ducking trick, I'm using up a little bit of CPU to do this, I believe, but rather than just using the audio ducking trick that I did with the previous times I've, you know, worked in, I've been doing the stream in OBS. This one, I'm instead using VideoTube Mini. This code the Yoshi uses the very same thing. Your cute rating is a lot higher. That's a lot better. 52%. Nice. So code the Yoshi does the same sort of, uses they use the video tube and such like that, and then they have the tit system over top to do all the throwing and all that kind of stuff. I've not opted to going with that because, you know, I've been sitting in the side of I want to do more 3D stuff or overall like streams like layout. I don't want to like start doing a lot of work into trying to make the 2D PNG tuber work because, well, I don't have like a VTube studio VTuber, and I feel like if I was to go to that, then I would most certainly do like the throwing systems and all that extra kind of stuff. But for now, I'm just going to keep it to, you know, a reduced number of channel points when going for this intensive PC game. And then the next time I play, say, on the PS5 or the Nintendo Switch, or any of the low intensity games, then I'll go back to the 3D VTuber. And all of this is just, you know, temporary until I get a new CPU. So then that way I have more than just 6 cores to work with. I think it's 6 cores. How many cores do I have to work with? If I go to my performance, it is, yeah, 6 cores. And there's 12 what's called threads. But the thing is that looking at my different cores, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see 6 of my cores are already like nearing 100% usage. And that's just by doing what I'm doing right now. Like half my CPU is just to stream, just to, you know, present a 2D VTuber to you. If I put on my 3D VTuber, it would be more like, you know, 70 to 80%. It would be a lot more intense. And that's kind of unfortunate that like this is like one of the downsides of using just streaming overall is I will be, you know, sort of stuck with, you know, I need to go for low CPU kind of games, or I need to put them, you know, invest into a much more powerful PC, because the CPU I have is okay for doing things sort of one at a time, so to speak. It's fine for a little bit of 3D. It can do the work of, you know, OBS stuff if I had, like, say, the Xbox or the PlayStation or the Switch to do the actual games, and it can play games okay. But it can't do all of that at the same time. It's unfortunately not that awesome of a system. So, but yeah. So yeah, Masonic, question. Is it Easter for you yet? I know, for me, it's Friday. It's Easter Friday. I've not had to work today, which has actually been very fantastic. I have been able to sleep in. I slept in until, I think, 10 a.m. because for some reason I decided to eat, like, you know, all kinds of junky food last night and didn't go to sleep until, like, 1 in the morning or something crazy like that. I was an absolute fiend. I'm saying all these things so then that way I can distract you from the lack of, you know, playing Resident Evil 4 right now, because I still need to run the game and all that kind of nonsense. And hopefully it's going to, like, you know, pop up on this main screen. It's not Easter for you? Do people not include Easter as the, also, why does it keep going to the... Sorry, I have a full screen application that's decided to go to, like, the far left screen, which is where all my stuff is. I need to figure, like, why? Why do things go to the left? They should be going to my center screen. Like, why is this one... This one doesn't have high dynamic range or anything like that. So, yep. Options, I need to... And it doesn't even, like, let me, change the actual, monitor. I have to, like, change it from full screen to window, drag the window, and then change it into, you know, borderless window, full screen. There we go. Now I can change it to full screen here. But yeah, you have Good Friday and then Easter. Wait. Good Friday is just Easter Friday, isn't it? I'm fairly sure, like, Good Friday, it's part of the Easter weekend is what it is. Like, Good Friday, Good Easter, it's the same thing, isn't it? No, do not go to the online store. I just saw the little dot and I was like, ooh, there's a dot. All right, so we've completed, we've completed 5 chapters so far. Complete a game of the shooting, earn an S. Earn an S in all games of the shooting range. Destroy 5 targets with 1 shot. Destroy all targets except sailors in a game at the shooting range without missing a single shot. Complete the game without talking to the merchant once. Using only knives and handguns. Without using a recovery. Completed with an 8. And then these are all the different... complete with... on hardcore. On hardcore with an S+. There's a lot of thingy-majiggies I could be unlocking. And then there's all these incompletes. You don't know? I feel like Good Friday, like, just in my mind, it always just sounded like, you know, it could have easily just been called Easter Friday in my head half the time. Alright, I've paused the music, and we are now moving on into Chapter 6. Ashley discovers that she is also infected with the parasite known as the Plaga, but all is not lost. Why is all not lost? I didn't think we knew about this. Oh, wait, no, she had the headache. Oh my goodness, a raid? Hello, viewers. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, everyone. My name is Grant. I'm a variety, like, VTuber. I was gonna say variety 3D VTuber, but unfortunately, this game is far too intense for me to be able to use my 3D VTuber self, so you have to just look at this, you know, 2D VTuber that I've decided to do some renders of. How's it going, Owen Keelix? Where's the game? How was Bum Simulator? Also, I just realized I've kept on the I've kept on Intro Fighters. I need to actually close that. Who's winning in Intro Fighters? Masonic. Okay, congratulations, Masonic. You won Intro Fighters. Hello, Gage. Hello, Ari, ooh. And then there's Keelix saying, Bummy. I suggested they raid you. Oh, thank you so much, Furry Cures. Thank you so much. I'm really thankful for your viewers coming over here. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you're all fine with me as just this 2D kind of thingy-majiggy. You peed on people. Why? Why? Why did you feel validated? Why did you think, we're playing a bum simulator? Pissin'. Goodness gracious. It's a bum simulator. Oh my gosh. Note to self, if Keelix ever becomes a bum, stay as far away from them as possible. They might piss on me. Alright, where am I going from here? Shotgun ammo. Alright, yep, that's full. I've not played the OG. I've only ever played this remake. So one of my moderators tricked me. No, don't pull the lever. No. Why? Why must you pull the lever? Lol. Also, what I thought was kind of funny is that normally I just go straight down. In this one, I decided to go in a corner. Thank you so much for the follow, Keelix. I greatly appreciate it. They even threw pigeon shurikens. That's a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. Pigeon shurikens.
You've got company. Keep moving, but quietly. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Alrighty.
I'll try.
Alright, so we got a guy with a torch. We're gonna be very, very quiet. Nice cock. Perfect. Be very, very quiet. Be very, very quiet. We're killing Spaniards. There we go. Okay, so we can climb up this thing, which we most likely want to do. Too bad I can't, like, super stealth. Oh, wait, no! I have the, yeah, I've got this thing. The, crossbows. Ooh, yellow diamond, thank you. So yeah, I got this crossbow thing, but I feel like I need to get a lot closer to have a good aim, because I don't have a good guarantee of a good shot. Alright, so we got the old lady there. Ooh woo, Urane, welcome, welcome. We're still playing the spooky game. Dun 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 dun. Boop.
I guess we're doing this.
Oh wait, I can just use a normal pistol.
Next.
There we go. Oh, that's why they want to. Ow! Ow!
No!
Oh, god damn you! Oh. Ow! I'm dead. Oh my goodness, 91% and Himbo or an Zach. That is a fucking really high Himbo rating. One of us. One of us. One of us. Also, Ernest, what do you think of this new, like, PNG tuber? Yep, ripperoonies to me. Alright, tight, bulk. Wait, what's this? Bulk request notes. So you find by picking, you'll accept a request. The details can be viewed at the files. Okay, cool. Alright, oh, what's this? This is a direct order from Lord Sadler himself. Convert the area beyond this point into a defensible position, so that no intruders may pass. You are willing to make any and all sacrifices for the sake of the righteous faith. Build me an impregnable fortress. It'll have to do until your PC isn't shitting itself. Yes, exactly. I am doing all this because otherwise the PC would give me like, you know, an entire minute worth of delay.
Got it.
Okay. Oh, I'll try.
You'll be fine, Ashley. We just need to wait for this guy. Stab you. There we go. I really wish we could, like, repair the knife, like, at later stages. Alright, so she's up there. She most likely can, like, see us. I wonder if we can get away with, like, you know, just staying very, very low to the ground. So, plus, I don't have a... Oh, wait. Let's see. How well... How accurate is this? Alright, so... You are really shaky, Leon. Like, could you not be so shaky, please? She might just be, like, looking straight ahead. She might not even be, like, you know, looking properly. Alrighty. Yeah, it looks like... Alright, so there you got bear traps. We've got chains shaking. Break this. Grab some pesos. Oh, come on.
We're doing this.
Fine, let's just...
One down.
Ow.
Ashley!
Please don't be incapacitated right now when I'm busy, like, dealing with...
Look away!
She's just on fucking oh, never mind. She's dead.
Ashley!
She's dead. Okay, so note to self, the people above can definitely look down. Yep, so there's that file. I've already broken all of that stuff down. There's the merchants, there's a typewriter, there's a treasure. We need to get to there. The villa. We can't get to the villa from here, unfortunately, and I'm like left an emerald and all that kind of nonsense, which is annoying. What's in my inventory? But yeah, I am not a professional. I am not a like a pro gamer or anything like that. All right, so we got some eggs, we got some touchable mines, we got some mixed herbs. Ooh, Parts to the pistol. Yep, sounds good to me. And then we're using the combat knife. I would rather we use... Oh, can we craft this? Oh, we can craft it into bolts if we wanted to. I'd rather not. Examine. It can be with thingamadiggies. Alright.
Keep moving, but quietly. Got it?
Okay. Oh, I'll try.
Alrighty, so this guy's gonna be walking forward. I wonder if I just need to avoid her, like, facing me when she deals with me. Alright, stab you with a kitchen knife. Oh, cool. A ruby this time. Alright, is it going to be an effective shooties? 3. Come on. Head. Calmly aim for the head. Okay, yep, headshots are basically a guaranteed kill. Excellent. Okay, I know exactly how we're going to be doing this. Because the pistol is not a guaranteed headshot, yet a crossbow. The crossbow is. Excellent. Oh, wait, no, never mind. She's just back up again. Hang on. Alrighty, so... Come on. Am I supposed to be able to, like, see the arc of the crossbow or something like that when I... Uh-huh. Okay, I'm gonna take the wild guess that I am not gonna be able to shoot her from here. Alright. This is gonna be not one of those fun times. Yeah, this is not gonna be one of those fun times. Because...
We're doing this.
Yep. I know. Fire up. Oh, gee. Fire right there. Alright, yep, use this, so we got full health. Alright, shotgun. Here we go. Ow! Fuck you. Ow.
Hang in there.
1, 2, 3. Melee. There we go. Get the pesos. Break all this. And avoid all this. Oh, shit. Avoid the bear traps. How did I miss this one?
Shit.
Okay. At least they're not smart enough to, like, you know, start engaging me, like, faster if I decide to, you know, decide to run out of bullets halfway through my assault. But now I need to figure out how I'm going to stop getting a problem from those girls. Also, that guy is, you know, dead doing his... Oh! There we go. Come on, light another one. I know you want to. Here we go. There. And then, yep, there's the...
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. Because I do not want to have to go through that section again. Stealth would be a lot cooler if I had a lot better guarantees with my weapons. Maybe it's one of those upgrade things I need to do. Alright, avoid all the bear traps. Shame I can't pick up all my... Oh wait, maybe there is a way for me to pick up all my things. I didn't see these there. Alright, grab you, grab you, grab you, grab you. Alright, is there a set of... Is there like a ladder? No, it doesn't look like there's a ladder. Okay. God damn you. It's not the equipment, it's the player. Oh. Is it now? Would you like to take over for me then, or Zach? Oh wait, you're not here. I'm here. Alright, here we go. Oh, nope, stop. Don't zoom in so close to me. There we go. Alright, reload this. Alright, another section where, if I'm lucky, maybe I could stealth it, but I don't think I can. Oh, god damn you.
Damn.
Darn you, crazy person. Alright, so we got a Chalice of Atonement. Ooh, barrels. Pesos. Alright, let's see. So we got this bangle, which I believe uses 2 squares. This uses 3 squares. This uses 3 circles. And rubies are the cheapest, so we're going to inlay them there and there. That way we get the duo bonus. Alrighty, and then looks like something could be in there. Is there a way for us to climb down to it? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Reload everything. Alright, there's another one of those cool thingamadiggies.
Sure is quiet.
Bingo night is just an extra quiet affair right now, isn't it? Alright, is there a way for us to climb up to this thing? Doesn't look it. Dun 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 bum 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 ba ba bum ba 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 da 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 da. And that basically kills the... No, it doesn't. Okay, cool. Alright, so we got that guy up there. I don't have crossbow bolts, and I... Oh, wait.
Did you see it?
Damn it. So, I think... Also, did you see it not work? Hang on.
Did you see it?
No, it did work. Okay, cool. I thought it was like just going away too quickly. Alright, so. Keep to that. Can't do anything with you. Alright, I can make some rifle ammo, bolts. I can make a flash grenade. Note to self, I can probably put the rifle back in here. We're gonna be... Might want to disable the bonk. Oh, did the bonk not work? The bonk should have worked. Hang on. The bonk was like... I'm pretty sure the bonk was working last time. Should be like over top my model. Okay, well I have it in studio mode. It's not going to do it, but hang on. Head pat? Ooh, that's a problem. Yeah, this is one of those fun times where I wonder why things don't work. All right, hang on, so there's the boop. There's the bonk. So why didn't StreamerBot do those things? Hang on a second. Where's my bonk? Bonk. Oh, I think... All right, hang on a second. I need to import... hang on. Dink. Import. I need to import a particular string, which is going to be... Yeah, there's nothing. So I need to fix that. Give me a moment, chat. This is the fun part of streaming with me, is that... Hang on a second. That's way too close. Stop zooming in so much. This is one of those fun times where I will just start fixing things on the fly right in front of you, because these are... Even though I do like all these extra kind of checks, normally I will decide to be like, hey, you know what would be a good time? Just, you know, fixing things. All right, let me see. So here's the bonk zebra. Are they expecting me to just drag and drop? No. All right, hang on a sec. Dink. Bonk zebra. It's in the queue. It grabs the bonk. Visibility state of core relays bonk. Nope, that's not the same. That's not the same bonk. That's a different bonk. Where is the classic bonk? I used to have the classic bonk. Where is it? All right, hey, hang on. What's this one? Ding donk. Close. Also, bonk zebra, bonk horny. And then, all right, so it's not that. Let's see, 20, cute, drink, emote, himbo, knife, panel, improvements, sub-goal, switch cases, throwing items. TX. No, it should, I think it is this one. I think it is. Hang on. Import using the string. Nope. Copy, because I didn't copy it. Nope. Oh, wait, no, that's Zebra Himbo. I'm still pressing the wrong thing. Don't mind me, chat. This is how I do things. This is how I operate. All right, classic bonk plus. All right, so it grabs the broadcaster, then it grabs the input, then it grabs the... So why is it doing all this? All right, hang on a second. So I'm just going to grab the bonk zebra. So it grabs in... All right, so core overlay. We're going to change that from core overlay to 3D props. Yep, so it's going to be the bonk. And then delete that, delete that, delete that. Delayed by something or rather. And then delete that. Huh. 500, 1000. And then there we go. All right, I think I might have fixed it. All right, hang on a second. I just need to... Ah! Who did that?
Hendrix with the 13-month tier 1 sub.
Thank you so much,
snap.
Hendrix! Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Congratulations! You don't have to deal with advertisement, and you get to keep using these fun, cute emote boys. Do you have a favorite among those? I asked this because I I am distracting people from the fact that I am doing
Masonic
some...
1776 paid me to say Grant sexy.
Grant, not sexy. Alright, where is the bonk? Bonk. Horny? Bonk zebra. There we go. Alright. Can happen a maximum of 10 times per stream. It's a cooldown of 10 seconds. Alright. Alright, let's see what happens. So if I go action cues... Where's the bonk? 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 Huh. The bonk's not there. Interesting. Alright, hang on a second. Bonk zebra. Ow. Okay, that got me. Did that work? Alright, here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Return to game. Now we can keep on going and playing, you know, Resident Evil, because, you know... Where is he going? Is he going left or is he going right? And that breaks the knife I was using. Or it breaks the butter knife that I had. Oh, but I get a new kitchen knife, which is cool. Alright, now to double check. So before it told me I could get like 2 knives. This gives me 4. Okay, so damage... So the damage on the knife does scale, you know, on how much I'm gonna... It
won't open.
It will tell me, like, you know, if I'm gonna get any, what's-a-mahoozy. Damage will dictate how many bolts I get. But yeah. Alright. Ooh. Yellow plant. And then craft into the mixed herb thingy-madiggy, and then we use this to heal and increase my health. Probably should have saved that in case of emergencies or something, but... Is there other people in this town? There isn't any, Grab the rifle ammo. Note to self, I should have taken out the rifle. Drop down here. Velvet, thank you. 2, 3. And then... Just go. Oh, we can order her to, like, hide into places. Okay, cool. That's nice. Will we need to? Can she just take a minute? Uh-oh. Oh, there's more than one? Okay, Leon, you didn't need to do... You didn't need to be this extra. Oh my god. Well, at least it's not like the rucksack-looking guy.
Sorry, didn't realize that was yours. I am flattered, but I'm a one-lady type of guy.
Hang on, who's...
Hang in there!
Uh-huh.
Give me space!
Okay.
Oh my god! And that's my knife broken.
You're not my type. Shit!
Oh, break free, break free, break free! And I'm dead. Never mind. Oh, that's gruesome. Oh, that's horrible. Or at least we didn't...
Leon!
The temptation to make this a lot... Some attacks can be blocked with a knife. Alright, cool. At least I can drop down here. And then... Hi there, Dark Kryptonite. Welcome to the stream. Take 2. Yes, take 2 as we... Actually, what I should do is double check. Yep, so that's up to full. This is up to full. And then...
It's all right.
Hey.
Stay here.
What? Okay.
Alright. So she hides in there. Cool. And then we try and go for this thing. We skip the cutscene. Is she out of her...
Flattered. But I'm a one-lady type of guy.
Please tell me I can actually kill them.
Are you even feeling this?
Oh, Jesus. Do not fart in the stream while I'm in the middle of a death trying to... Alright, hang on.
Next.
Alright, reload you real quick. Melee? There we go. Oh wait, I still have a grenade, don't I? There we go. Pick up the gunpowder. Reload you real quick.
Stay down, all right?
Hopefully they stay down. Thank you for the sapphire. Thank you for the checkpoint. Wait, who? I thought that was code. That wasn't code. That's Lady Alice. Yes, let's pretend this was my first try. Oh, wait. Piss off. Oh! I just broke this guy. Oh, no. Alright, excuse me 1 minute. Meow. Now, is there a way for me to climb up? Not from here, it looks like. There we go. Oh, come on. You better be the only one. Okay, cool. Seems you're the only one. Got a few pesos, which is nice. We got some submachine gun ammo, which does not help me at this present moment because I do not have a gun that uses it. Alright, clearly it's used for that thingy-majiggy, but I'm gonna see if I can get back up to the upper levels. Did you think Code was here? I did think Code was here, because Code is normally the one who farts in my streams. Instead, it's some lady. I'm assuming it's a lady because I'm reading the name and it says Lady Alice. Was it you, Lady Alice? You're being awfully quiet. Alright, bam. Grab you thingy-majiggies, reload you once again, so then that way you're full ammo this time. We were already there. If we want, we can drop down from there, but I'd rather not. So... Alright, break these down. Thank you. And open this thingy-majiggy and get something. We have a few stinkies in chat. Oh my goodness. Hang on, I have a button for this. Nope, wrong button. Are you a stinky? Alright, reload you real quick. I only have 2 rounds with you, but sure, let's pretend that will be useful. Nope, you shower? Cool. I shower. Even on my days off. It just feels nice. Am I stinky? No! No, I am not. You gotta shower with soap. I personally like the honeycomb ones. I don't know why. Honey is my go-to for my, like, soap flavor. Or scent, sorry, not flavor. We don't eat soap.
I'm okay, I guess.
You did well back there.
Shinji, crank that soldier boy. Dun, dun, dun.
I can't tell if that's meant to be a compliment.
Damn. Alright. Where are we? What are we doing? Ah, this is just another chest or barrel. Thank you. Alrighty.
Let's go.
Got it.
Alright, drop down here. Stay close. Please no snakes. You'd be fine. You're the president's daughter. You should handle this a lot better. You think she would have been, like, trained in shit. 2, 3. No, soap scent, not flavor. That was just a slip of the tongue, okay? I know soap isn't meant to have a flavor. You're not meant to eat soap. Here we go. Where is this lead? So I think we're going to a castle? Or something? Someone was talking about a castle.
Come on.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Wasn't that knife broken before? Leon, we need better weapons.
Your soul requires cleansing.
How about no? Oh, of course that thing has to be bent into shape.
Child.
No, do not come.
Run!
Do not come to the priest.
Hurry!
Ow. Stop saying
Don't
come.
worry about them. Ashley! They keep coming.
No, damn it, 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 damn it. I had barely any time to save her. Mendez is just strong. Mendez won't be affected by any of your attacks. It's just better to run away. Yes, I know how this works. I've dealt with Mr. X in Resident Evil 2 Remake last time. All right, here we go.
Hurry!
No, do not come.
Don't worry about them.
Just keep running. Keep moving. There we go.
This way.
All right, hopefully the priest guy. Oh, come on, Ashley.
We need to go.
Oh, no.
I'm good.
Then run.
Good. Get out. Oh my god. You better not, like, just leap the entire distance, Mendez. You're just be a walking freak, please. There we go. All right. Reload you. Thank you. All right, and moving on.
Listen,
Climb up.
You're the one he wants. If we see him again, you run.
What about you?
I'll do my job.
No pasa. I'm guessing this is meaning, like, no trespassing or something. Alright, grab you things. Alright, so we can sell these 2 things. That one's inlet things. Oh, we can... but I would rather, like, wait and try and get a 3rd emerald to fill that one in. Oh, apparently this thing is now done. Cool. Alright, well, I can sell that. Yep, grab you. Break you. Oh, that was a lot of stuff. Cool.
Gun rhymes with fun for a reason, stranger.
How American.
Welcome. What can I interest you in?
Que pasa? No pasa. Excellent. All right. Sell you, and sell you, and we'll get rid of this
Ruby's
as well.
all rubbish, it makes stranger. Ooh, I'll pay a pretty penny for that.
All right, so we can get a lot of gunpowder.
There's some
feel like-
things money can't buy.
All right. Attaché case black increases our chances of getting large resources. A high-powered optical scope with 3 stages can be mounted onto rifles and some automatic weapons. All right. Let's repair you.
Good as new.
I've already increased the power to max with you. Let's have a look-sees.
Knife needs care every once in a while. Could be the difference between life and death. What you
Alright,
see is what
So we got
I've
no
got.
space for you. And there's no bonus for doing it. And then we have the TPM. We could just sell the shotgun.
Molding a weapon to suit your specific needs. Oh, it's
Let's
a
have a
thing
look.
of beauty, isn't it?
All right,
All my
so
wares are in tip-top shape, I assure you.
yeah, let's just sell the shotgun because we didn't pay anything for it.
You're that. Thank you.
And then we'll grab the riot gun.
Ah, that there's a real boomstick, mate. It'll reduce your target to a bloody pulp.
It better. Lol, imagine buying the rocket launcher. Imagine having that, just the money for a fucking rocket launcher. All right.
A well-tuned weapon can make up for a lack of skill, friend.
It's not a lack of skill. I don't upgrade my weapon because of a lack of skill.
If you want a fighting chance out there, we're starting to get an idea of your tastes, friend.
Yes. Loads 2 at a time.
Your weapons are in good hands, mate. I'll see you right.
Did he say boomstick like Ash from the Evil Dead? Yeah! That's what you call any rifle. That's what you call any shotgun. This...
If you want a fighting chance out there, you best tune up your kit.
Okay, now we stop talking. This is my boomstick. See? Works. All right, could increase the rate of fire. I don't think I'm gonna purchase anything else. It's tempting to
What's
purchase
that?
the handgun, but I don't think it's...
How have we procured these curiosities?
Yeah, I don't think the handgun would be worth
Come back
it. Like,
anytime.
the new one, I should say. All right, save the game. Save slot 6. We can't do any... Oh, we can at least put the rifle in there, which we've been getting quite a bit of ammo for. We'll put away the spray. All right, we got a lot more room for things. We can put the knife away if we wanted to. Scope will stay on the rifle as well. All right. Where is... parts. So yeah, we'll put it on our rifle. Shotgun doesn't get anything new. Don't have anything for our bolts. Actually, we should probably put the bolt gun away. Because... actually, knowing our luck, we're probably going to get more bolts. And it's not taking up... It's not like a terrible amount of room. We still have like a good, you know, length worth.
Be careful.
Noted, Ashley. Ow. Okay. Good thing I repaired my knife. Plus, my pistol is like fully upgraded, so...
Cease your pointless struggling. Abandon your body to the will of our god.
How about no?
You're a shitty missionary. You know that.
Oh, Almighty, grant me the strength to crush your enemies.
Son of a bitch. Ashley, run!
Okay.
Hasta luego.
no idea what he just said then. Hasta Lego.
God, I thank you for your gift.
Oh my god.
You want
What
to
the
get ugly?
hell?
Let's get ugly.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Behold, the miracle.
Should have known you were one of the bugs.
Ow. Cool. Oh, I thought I could keep pressing B for that particular dodge.
We share the same blood. Why do you resist?
Because you're ugly as fuck. Alright, combine with other to increase the effect, can't be used by itself. Alright, crafting, make it a red-green. Alright, combine you. Craft you into shotgun, so we have you at the ready. Craft you into... Damn it, we don't have the thingamajiggies to make it into a rifle. Oh, I got plenty of... Alright,
Uranizak has added quote number 369, because you're ugly as duck.
yes. Oh, he has an eyeball on the back!
Quick for such a big bastard.
Ow.
Child's play.
Got him. Get fucked. Oh no, of course you... What the hell? Oh, yuck. Also, why am I back down
Guess your
here?
tap dancing days are over.
Time is nigh.
Alright, hang on. Craft you into the RGB. Use you real quick. Sort you all out. And... Craft you... Can I turn you into bolt? There we go, I can turn you into... Thingy. So I can make 7. I need more. Register into the left.
Burn in his flame.
Oh. Alright, clearly I know what I'm going to be shooting at next.
Receive your judgment.
Ow. Please let me reload.
Watch where you're swinging those things.
1, 2, 3. How am I not dead? Oh, this will kill me, no doubt. That will. His kingdom upon you. Absolutely terrible. Is stunned. He is vulnerable to follow-up knife attacks. Yep, cool. Using the typewriters. Trading. And now I'm here. Alright, first and foremost, get rid of the crossbow, you piece of shit. Store that away. Resort that. And then... Craft into the RG. Craft into... Alright, hang on. So... Craft into the shotgun. You'll be useful. Can't craft you into the rifle just yet. Oh yeah, I need a... Parts? Scope. Register to the left. There we go. And then... Alright. Moving on.
Be careful.
Then we get a red one here because, you know, obviously it wants us to. Crouch. Nope, won't help. Swap to the cutscene. Everything is on fire.
The miracle.
should have known you were one of the bugs.
Ow. Stab you. And grab the things that were left there. Oh, yep, stab you again.
Judgment.
Ow. Climb up here.
We share the same blood. Why do you risk?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Guess your tap dancing days are over.
Time is nigh.
Go. Craft you into rifle ammo. There we go. Sort you again. Use the chicken egg to get some. Come on, give us a barrel.
Burn in his flame. Receive your judgment.
Ow.
Hey! Watch where you're swinging those things.
And use you.
Grant me your strength.
Stab you in the eye.
There shall be no remission for your sins.
Ow. No, nope, 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 nope.
Holy fire, cleanse him of his sins. Die, you
Not timing this very well.
repent, child.
No. Okay, I thought crouching would have done it. Alright, hang on. Use you.
You shall perish.
Gotcha. I hope I don't deal with you again. I better not deal with you. Oh my god, you just dropped an eye. What the hell is up with that? Are you even going to be able to break that window? Cool.
Leon! Quick! This place is coming down!
Cool. So, nothing new here. Oh, I can pick up Mendez's
Give my
false
regards
eye.
to your god.
Alright, yep, let's just swap back to the pistol.
Leon, hurry!
I was just casually walking over as well. Didn't have any gear. I was like, yeah, it'd be totally fine. I just need to, you know, pick up some things.
You're welcome.
Also, hang on. I need to double check someone. Are they online yet? Come on. All right, let's have a look. So we got... No, wait, yes? Where are they? No, they're not online yet. Okay, never mind. I thought someone I followed was online, but they're not yet.
Come.
Thanks.
Thank you.
This fire's bound to catch
Yeah.
their attention. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
Leon, I'm gonna turn into one of them, right?
Pumpkin
I
Pirate,
won't
thank
let
you for the follow.
I
You
promise.
pumpkin? You being all punk? How's it going? Thank you. Ashley,
on.
you can kind of, you know,
Okay.
be a little bit closer than that. Also, you haven't slept yet. I would recommend sleep. I know I, you know, stream at really odd hours for the Americans and British people, or Europeans actually, but, you know, I don't have too many Australians. I would like to have a lot more Australian fans, I'll tell you what, but it's kind of hard on an American site and with this accent. It's been thundering all day.
What's going
I think
on?
it's actually started thundering in my area actually as well. No, it doesn't look like it right now.
Well,
But I swear I saw some
at least we don't have
flashes.
to worry about being followed. Come on.
Yay. We don't have to worry about being followed from the village. Instead, we are now stuck in a castle where we're probably going to deal with even crazier monstrosities or some shit. Typewriter. We are now into chapter 7. And... Yep, cool. We got some nice... You can't customize that case. Moving on to the next chapter. Thank you for the thumbs up. Ah, yay. Was wondering... Oh.
Luis here. You guys still around?
Hi, Luis.
Well, I wanted to go home, but Ashley just had to see this castle first.
Perfect, because I have a present I want to give you. Medicine that will help to suppress the progress of your problem.
Where do we go?
Cool.
Let's see. Come to the courtyard inside of the castle. We can meet up there. Ciao.
Ciao. Alright.
All right, Ashley. Luis just said.
I got it. Guess we better get going.
Alright, typewriter there. Man.
Welcome. I've got something new for you, mate.
Something new. Treasures for the castle. A red leather case that increases
What's
the drop
that?
of red herbs.
How have we procured these curiosities? You don't want to know, mate.
Yeah, sounds like he's not going to tell me. Alright. Shows the location of treasures in all of the castle. Yes,
All
please.
kinds
That will
of
be an easy
treasures
grab.
in This clown's castle.
For selling purposes only. Totally fine with that.
I'll buy almost a deal well struck. Good luck to you, stranger.
Compact high performance handgun. A stingray.
You'll get some bang for your buck.
Buy this
I
and get
guarantee.
magnum ammo for free. Cool. And I can buy the broken butterfly and get this free. Where's the broken butterfly? There it is. Broken butterfly. Got some penetrating power. 29,000.
Got a select comeback.
You love thunder and lightning? I can kind of get behind the rain and maybe like the low rumbles of thunder. I'm not a huge fan of like the big levels of thunder, like the big boomy nonsense. I'm fine with like grumbly burrs. The handgun for you. With so many handguns available, choosing the right one can be tricky. Lucky for you, we've compiled a list of the special characteristics for 4 stellar choices. The Punisher has brilliant stability and penetration power. A laser sight can be mounted on a tube, making it very versatile. Red 9 delivers a lot of power but kicks like a horse. Blacktail is the ideal for quick shooting. Its compact size also frees up inventory space. Meanwhile, the Matilda is remarkable on its own, but touching the stock lets you suppress the enemy with 3-round bursts. Cool. I'm still using my normal one. Alright, break you, pick you up. Ah, cool. So we could go in here. Vintage compass. Nice, nice. Could probably sell the compass to him if we wanted. Anything else around? No. Alright, we're going upstairs. Gotta head to the courtyard to get some medicine. Hmm? Oh, it's...
Courtyard's gotta be through
It's that weird soothsayer again.
Don't think our hosts are gonna roll out the red carpet.
Hmm.
Crossbows, huh? Something tells me they don't want to be friends.
Okay. Ooh.
What is that? Guessing it's not for decoration.
Alright. So, people with crossbows, a giant catapult.
Things just keep getting better.
We're gonna have a very
Go
fun
suck a
time.
lemon.
You go suck a lemon. Also, how dare you use Blue's emotes without using his actual emotes? How dare you? What would Blue say if he was in the chat right now? What would he say?
What are they?
Shh. Keep your voice down.
You just wanted to hear the sound? Exclamation point icy could have also have done it. But obviously you'd have to risk it. You might not get that sound. You might have gotten something else. Alright, T. Someone's tearing some flesh. Oh, it's this guy. He's tearing his own flesh.
What is that?
Oh, God. What a terrible hole. Oh! Boot knife. We've escalated from kitchen knives to boot knives.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Totally fine. Alrighty. Push this open.
30Cures 1221 has added quote number 370. What a terrible hole.
Yep. Nope, I did say that. Alright. Thank you for the Spanish translation.
They keep coming.
Handgun will be fine. They missed, but that's fine.
No way! They have catapults?
We knew about this.
Ashley!
God damn you. Get you back up before another catapult goes off.
You're hurt. Hey, let's take a break for a sec.
I guess this is their idea of a warm welcome.
Alright, at least we're able to... Oh. Alright, so we probably need to deal with that catapult first.
Ashley!
Bonk.
Thanks.
Anytime.
Thank you for waiting until I pick Ashley up before you start assaulting us. There we go. Stab you, so you're not a problem for us later on. Thank you for the pesos. Damn it, you don't open.
Awesome.
Alright. I saw these, and I might as well start shooting them while I have the chance. Alright, so that thing's not open, so let's go this... Ow. The hell is...
Shit! Ashley!
Alright, hang on. Where is she? There you are.
You hurt?
Let's get you back up.
No, I'm okay.
Before...
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You okay?
Yeah.
No big deal. No big deal. Just, you know, getting bombarded by these things repetitiously. Alright, where is the other guy? Alright, so there's the two... Oh. Reload you. So I don't see... Oh, there's the other guy. So...
Ashley!
Oh, goddamn you, Ashley.
Thanks.
Anytime. You hurt?
No, I'm okay.
Well, I know she ain't, but I am. Oh wait, no, we were here before. Not good. I doubt I'm gonna be able to just shoot it.
This could work.
If I can get to it. And using that shit immediately. Cool, thank you for the elegant bangle. Open this up. God damn it. Can I climb up this thing? Yes, I could. Awesome. Excuse me while I slide down this thingy-madiggy. Oh, or just drop straight down. Alright, so that goes up. Gates. Awesome. Oh, I see another blue thingy. Alright, now, let's see if I can do this without, you know, wasting away.
Ashley!
Don't do this to me! Never mind.
Leon!
Well, at least it wasn't Ashley that, you know, was responsible for my death. You can disable a catapult by killing the enemies that are operating it. Yeah, but... How? There we go.
No way! We have
I think it was dirty that they had me, like, you know, having to pick up Ashley like 3 times in a series of,
You hurt?
No.
like
I'm
these
okay.
scenarios here. Because guess what? She's gonna, like, get incapacitated shortly.
I guess this is their idea of a warm welcome.
There we go.
Ashley!
And now I'm, like, stuck in a... I feel like that corner is a little bullshit, to be real with you.
Anytime.
And dead.
Leon!
Would you like to change the mode to assisted? Aim assist is active. You create more ammo when crafting. Lower prices for certain items. Once changed, this cannot be undone. No. I'm not gonna go down to assisted mode. I'm not gonna make the game easier than it needs to be. Alright, so I just need to figure out. Yeah, I already picked up on the fact that
We have catapults?
Ashley!
God damn it. I'm just gonna accept death, cause plus getting a nice.
Ashley!
Yep. Cool. Thank you. Yep. Figured that. Come on. Moving on. Maybe I just need to have Ashley like further away from me, so then that way when I'm making, you know,
Okay.
that way when I'm doing the whole running around nonsense, you know, she's not, you know, right behind me.
No way!
No, I did know Ashley died that time, but to be fair, I also...
Watch out!
I guess this is their idea of a warm welcome. Not bad, right?
Hello, Micah! Bonk. Hello. How's it going? You do it? Oh my goodness. Where the F are you?
You okay?
I've got nuts in my mouth now.
Thanks for hitting the nut button. Alright, are you dead? Yes, you are. Alright, reload this real quick. Bonk.
Damn. I knew it.
Quote 314. This is a really tall wiener. Jesus.
Yes. Alright, well, at least the catapults help kill him.
No!
I'm not dead yet. Although I was close, I will be real with you. Alright, drop down. I think I avoided that at the skin of my teeth.
That's good work.
But unfortunately, she's incapacitated right now, which means she's most likely dead.
Don't leave me!
No. Alright. I don't have a good way of aiming for... Yeah, she's gonna die shortly. Best I can do is pick up the pesos and figure out... Oh, wait, no, never mind. She's right there because I did the scene transition while she was incapacitated. Thank you, game, for having not caring about statuses. All right, green herb. Use you, so then that way I got more health. And then immediately take it away. There we go. All right. Use you immediately, and then... I think what's happened is she didn't die or anything like that. So when we did the whole... No. So when we did the whole, like, raising up the catapult thingamadiggy, it, you know, hit the marker of, like, ah, yes, you are now... Oh.
Ashley!
Now that's going to be a problem.
Thanks.
All right, get you back up. Get you back up.
Out of the way!
Alrighty.
Ashley!
Please don't. Not great.
Firing
Reload
again!
you. Nope.
Leon!
That would do it. Alright. So I know I can get at least one of them disabled, I think, because of, like, a fire barrel nearby.
Stay back!
Hang on.
That was very loud, Leon. That's a dick move. I think the dick... I don't think there's a dick move here. I think it's just a case of I might just not be following where I can go in terms of, like, reducing the number of...
No way! They have catapults?
Yes. Quit panicking. I just need to figure out... Oh, hello. So that incapacitates one. Now I only have to deal with 2 catapults. I wonder. Alright. We're gonna see if we can maybe disable one of them by just simply throwing a grenade in. Bonk. That should... Yep. Where did you come from?
They keep coming.
I don't remember. How did I... Did I just walk past him? I don't think I did. Alright, throw a grenade there. I think that gets rid of at least one of the catapults. There we go.
Out of the way.
Oh, never mind. Gotta stab him real quick. I thought I was able to, like, reduce the whole, like, concern of him procking a, turning into something
okay?
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, and then... There we go. Okay, I reckon that's greatly reduced our... Oop. There we go. Now we have greatly reduced our danger. Now that's greatly reduced our danger. There we go. That has greatly reduced our danger. Now we can take it a little more casually. The stay back was aggressive. I was a bit impressed. Alright. This goes all the way up. This... I'm glad that I could just throw grenades in there. I didn't have to specifically go for the fire barrels. That, like, you know, saved quite a bit of running around and health and all that. Hopefully they don't, like, you know, get replenished or anything like that. Because if that's a mechanic, then I can't just run around. Rifle ammo, thank you, thank you. Oh, I see. So I could have... Yeah. So it would have been different checkpoints then. Alright, break you. Get the elegant bangle. Reload you. There we are. How are you still alive? Here we go. Grab the pesos. Alrighty. And now... Bam. Did it.
It's open! Go!
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, how did you survive? There are way too many enemies in here that can just survive a shotgun to the face. Oh boy. This is why I don't, like horror games way too often enough with, gun mechanics and what have you. Because I don't know how many, like, guns there are in the world, but I am fairly sure a large number of them don't just, bounce off the faces of people. Not unless you're wearing, like, bulletproof masks. Alright. Alright, hang on. I need to get rid of that thingy-majiggy.
You got it.
Yes, thank you. That was all me. Twist their dick. Don't need to do that. Alright, I'm fairly sure I grabbed the one that was there. Yep, I did. And then... Oh, hello.
Go suck a lemon.
You go suck a lemon, Blue. How's it going? How are you doing? Also, you will be very disappointed. I'm gonna rat you out, Furry Cures. Furry Cures decided to use their go... They forced the go suck a lemon, and they're not even subscribed to you. They just used the words. They didn't even have the emote. Alrighty, where's the pendant? It was around... Here it is. That's 5. And then 6 was around here somewhere. Ow. What are you bonking me for, Furry? It's your fault. Alright, so there's another blue medallion. Here it is. Found it. There we go. Yes, look at me. Look at me doing the gun stuff. I know Destiny 2 didn't probably show it very well, and this game doesn't show it too often as well, but I'm fairly good with me guns. I'm fairly alright. The American in me fuels the gunplay. Can't wait to play a franchise where it's like, guns have a little more emphasis. Oh, hello there, merchant. Fancy seeing you here.
Well done. You've proven yourself reliable. Well then, what can I do you for?
There we go. So sell you.
Your valuables won't do you much. A deal well struck.
Alright, T. We can't put in the Stingray, a semi-automatic rifle.
That cash in your pocket or your life.
I do like the idea of this thing, and if I buy it, then... So it's 30% off, and they throw in the ammo thingy-majiggy for free. So, clearly... 3, 6... Yep. So, it was going to cost over 3,000. Now it's 2,900.
I see you have an eye for things. Guns not just about shooting.
Awesome.
It's about reloading.
So this would give me large resources. This one would give me red herbs more often.
What's that? How have we procured these curiosities? You don't want to know, mate.
2 emeralds, yellow diamonds, and a sapphire.
Buy almost anything.
I
Your
fully upgraded
weapons
this
are
thing
in
in
good
Medivh.
hands, mate. I'll see you right.
And nothing about this butterfly can be done, so I'm gonna
That's
repair the
good
combat
work
knife.
If I do come back anytime.
Noted. There we go. Catch me if you can, Mr. Holmes.
Come on!
Got it!
A most warm welcome to my castle.
Who the fuck
Such
are you?
a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance, Mr. Kennedy.
Who the hell are you?
Me? Oh, please, call me Ramon. And allow
Hey there,
me to
Raymond.
get straight to the point. I would like you to hand the girl there over to me.
How about no?
Yeah, fat chance, Ramon. The girl's just fine.
I'm gonna say Raymond because that's just gonna annoy him.
Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kennedy. How novel. Nonetheless, you see, the girl must be ours.
Why?
As the very source, your United States and then the entire world shall overflow with his grace. For that is the iron will of my master, the most holy, Lord Sadler. So then, you will comply, yes?
No.
Never.
You heard the lady.
How unfortunate. Do make sure our guest feels at home, now that he has chosen
Raymond Saladzar. That is an excellent name. I am going to remember that name, Lua. Raymond Salazar or Ramen
Leon?
Salazar.
Just stay close.
Saladzar. Ow, I thought I could, like, you know. Shotgun.
Shit. This is gonna be bright.
No slouches and melee. Oh, wait, nope. Reload this. No ammo for that. Got plenty of ammo for this.
Ashley.
Easy.
Yeah, thanks.
No problemo. All right, can't open this.
No luck. If we can get her onto the other side.
All right, so Ashley can slip into there, but I want to break some things. Can I break this armor? No, I cannot break this armor. Ashley, get into the armor. Actually, wait, can I break this armor? No, okay. Ashley, get into the armor.
Spread out.
Got it.
Okay, I guess she can't go into armor. I reckon if she could get into the armor, this would be a lot easier of a game. She'd just be like, you know, bullet resistant, blast resistant.
Be careful.
Wouldn't have to worry about her until someone picked her up. But if she's in armor, she could just, like, I don't know, punch him or something. All right, open this door, please.
It's open.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good thing Leon is so polite. All right, so we got... Oh, hang on. Something there, something there. Elegant perfume bottle. Dull. How dull. Alright, slip through here. I gotta go and find Luis. Or Louise. Can I? Oh yeah, cool. I can just use the knife to break it open. Awesome. Thank you for the green herbs.
Looks like we can continue on this way.
Be careful.
Louise or Louis. Louise. Oh, for fuck's sake. I have to deal with fucking monsters, apparently. Well, to be fair, this entire village is just filled with monsters, so... No biggie there. There we go. Resort you. There we are. I don't have the submachine gun yet. All right, so that's the Iron Maiden. Question for you, chat.
What was that? Did they keep animals down here or something?
Hang on. Question for you, chat. What is your Easter looking like? I have not done any proper plans for Easter. Streaming is my plan, and that's about it. Hamu El Klochluz. Thank you for the dungeon key. The light is lost. Okay, so that's its meaning. Nope. Well, that's annoying. If I knew that was gonna happen, I would have sent Ashley to get it first. Oh, come on.
Can't see me.
And he's got giant Wolverine claws.
We'll have to wait.
Ow. You're not expecting me to, like, kill him or something like that, are you? Let's see.
Gotcha.
Stab you again. You know, if he was actually, like, you know, scared of sound or, you know, hyper aware, he should have been, like, chasing after that particular chain, like, way more. Alright, well, that was easy. 3 stabs and he was down. Cool. And we get the red barrel. Awesome. I don't need to be all extra sneaky now. Easy. And I didn't have to die to learn this mechanic. Oh, but I can break this thing now. Hang on. Bang. There we go. More pesos. Alright. Yep, you're fully reloaded. You're fully reloaded. I have no more grenades.
It's you.
How did you get... Oh, wait. Yeah, we were here before. You were awoke in the night once again. In those awful noises come from the basement. The sound of claws. Yep. Okay, cool.
Nothing. You were right about the animals, though.
Alright. Yep. Let's use the dungeon key. Done. Easy. Kick you open. Up the ladder we go.
You okay?
I'm fine. Well, for now.
Get rid of that piece of shit. Waste 1 bullet, reload 1 bullet. Ooh, plant! Pesos. Be very, very quiet. We're hunting for Spaniards. Okay, so there was a knight. They got knighted. They killed people, and they went to their grave. Alright, cool. An iron sword. Can I use the iron sword is the question. Alright, swap out that. Put the iron sword in there, because that's obviously an iron thingy-majiggy. Grab the rusted sword. And then gold sword goes in there. And rusted sword goes into here. Easy. And then we're missing a sword there. So yeah, because iron sword goes into there. And we're putting a gold sword in there because he's a gold, what's-a-mahoozy. Or maybe, grab the golden sword and put the golden sword with the person that's being, you know, giving him a sword. I think that makes a little more sense. But we are missing a sword. Let's have a look. Hawk, stag, scale, snake. Okay. Anything useful in here? Gunpowder. Thank you. Wait, did I put a rusted sword in there? Oh! So yeah, so, and then he does the thingy, and then we'll put the iron sword in here. And put the rusted... Let's see, does it...
budge.
Alright, so may... Dulled for display and cannot be used as a weapon. I don't know. Being dulled for display is a... You could still use it as like a blunt, very dangerous weapon. And then... So, stag is a lit. And then... Okay, so... Hawk, snake... Okay, cool. Didn't know how I was supposed to get to that. Okay, so a bloody... Oh, okay.
Well, it's just a replica. Only a couple of uses for it.
Alright, so yeah, so yep, golden sword goes into here. The bloody sword goes into here, which completes the mural. There we go.
Guess you were right.
Used a lot of ammo, but that's okay. What was gonna happen if I ran out of ammo? Was there supposed to be another ways I was gonna be able to ring those things? Ow. Alright, reload you. Pesos. Pesos. Getting a lot of pesos instead of, like, ammo. Golden bangle. Can I... Is there anything to you? Or, no, you just immediately get sold, it seems. Never had it happen yourself, but you imagine a random cultist spawn outside the room and runs in? That might be it. Alrighty. So. Ring that thingy-ma-diggy. And ring that thingy-ma-diggy.
Hang on. This is the same room as before, isn't it? Guess we just circled around.
Alright, stag. No, this wants a, dolphin and snake. So that's the dolphin. Where's the snake? Break you. There we go. Break you, so then that way you go down to the bottom. Jump across.
Leon, what are you doing?
Don't even think about trying this yourself.
Me? As if.
Okay, so. Snake there. Snake, yeah, snake and dolphin are there. I guess... I don't know how long the ringing will last, however, is the thing. So, hopefully it doesn't last that long. Or, hopefully it lasts a while, but I don't know if that's true.
Leon, are you kidding me? Jumping
What?
across chandeliers, seriously, who does that?
Me.
Welcome. Ooh,
I do that
what
stuff.
You buying?
Alright, tuning up. Let's have a look. Let's improve...
Molding a weapon to suit your specific needs. Oh, it's a thing of beauty, isn't it? Ruby's all rubbish.
Actually, I feel like the
I
velvet
feel well
might do something for me. Alright. So we got... The 2 yellow diamonds go into the elegant bangle. 2 diamonds are worth 14,000. Bangle is worth 5,000. So that's 19,000. So if the bangle is not worth 19,000, then it may not be... Okay, 22.8 thousand. So it is more beneficial
Got a
to...
selection of good things on sack. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. First and foremost, repair the knife.
The care it deserves, mate.
And all right, so we can increase the power by a bit. I'm
Try
up
that
for
on
that.
for size. Don't get yourself killed now.
All right, reload you. Wait, is there? What's the point of this thing? Oh, a square key. All right. So. There's nothing like on this. Oh, it's just a door. Okay, well, door doesn't matter. Up the ladder we go. Ooh, wait, hang on. So, because let's see, the little thingy-madiggy is there. And let's see, if we jump across here. So we can't see the little thingy-madig. From...
Leave
1,
this one to me.
2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, cool. So she can ring her own... She can ring her own gongs. Excellent. I was worried she couldn't. But you made it easy. Thank you.
With me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's speaking through, like, the... like, servant system.
Mr. Kennedy.
Salutations, Ramon! Raymond.
Not this guy again.
I'm taking the liberty of preparing some entertainment for you. Without further ado, the gallant knight protects the princess fair.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm. Actually, can I open the door from here? Yes, I can. Awesome. So we have... lock chest, square hole, and another treasure over there. Oh, how did I miss the lock chest that was here? Ah, okay. Hype time. Hype? What's gonna be hype? Let's go. Let's go have the hype time then. Reload this. Can I combine anything? Not really. All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna combine the 2 greens and use the 2 greens to fully heal myself. And let's see. Let's craft some shotgun ammo. We need shotgun ammo. There we go. And let's see. We can make submachine gun. We can make bolts. We can make some flash ammo if we want to. All right. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to register this into this slot here. All right. Open you up. Is this gonna be fun, Lua? Am I gonna have fun shortly? Oh, am I going the right way? Oh, it's the typewriter. Audience chambers. Head for the courtyard. Water hole entryway. Oh, I was hitting the typewriter there. There are some parasites that have the ability to control their hosts. The following is a list of such parasites. Diacrown, Galaxy. Didn't properly read it. Reading is for chumps. Alright, here we go. Through here. Down this hole. Break this. And then... what's through here? Ew. The fuck is all this? Yeah, you weren't watching closely, you were just waiting to send that until you hear a double door, but then you turned around and opened the other door? Yes. Alright, so that's...
Leon, they're here!
Ah, the entertainment.
Watch out!
Ow! Fuck you. Ow.
Ashley!
Okay. Alright. Incapacitate will be good again. Catapult. Yep. Okay, cool. Alright, reload you. There we go. Now you're full.
Got it.
We'll spread out. Alright, now we're gonna go through the double doors. And then...
Leon, they're here!
Ah, the entertainment.
Leon, watch out!
Oh, wait. Nope. Hang on.
One down. You okay?
Yeah.
Next.
Bonk.
Ashley!
Oh. Ow.
Twisty
Oh,
son of a
come
bitch.
on.
They keep coming.
Alrighty, Ashley, come back up. Wait, I can't come... Oh! I reckon I could have climbed those. Alrighty. Yep, let's just avoid... Break this. We're doing good.
You all right?
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, must have slipped.
Alright, so I'm low on shotgun shells, but that's okay. Hi there, Sir Dragon. Welcome to the stream. Don't mind me. I'm just taking on some weird, evil Christian occult things. Ow. God damn you. There we go. Don't shout me out in my own stream, Blue. How dare you? Because guess what? I can do this. I can do this, Blue. Let's see what we get. Look at this.
I swear, the names of
look
these
at this
enemies,
maid.
these characters. Yeah,
You all right?
leaky.
Yeah, no big deal.
Alright, so I don't have a turn style thing.
Lock up. It's all puns. Yeah, I know it's all puns.
Do you know it's all puns,
it's the...
Blue?
Oh, we killed
Do you
him
know?
earlier.
Man. Look at that quality. Look at the quality of Blue as his VTuber. I'm saying this sarcastically because as you can plainly see, while I am in this form, I am basically the exact same as Blue right now. Ominous chanting. Thank you for the wheel again. Oh, hello. There's the...
Sorry.
Ow. Yep, I understand.
Stop! Leon!
Somos tu martillo.
Oh, shit. That was not meant to happen. I was supposed to be very careful with my grenades. I was not careful whatsoever. Man, who'd have thunk a panel of wood could outdo a gun? Stab you in the neck so I don't have to deal with you. Point blank range shotgun. Thank goodness you are so reliable. Break this. Grab this.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Totally fine. No big deal. Let me just pick up some ammo. Reload this, so then that way it's like basically full. Reload this, so you're basically full as well. Grab this.
This should do the trick.
And we're gonna go and get this staircase done. In here we go. Why can't I let Ashley, like, you know, turn these thingy-majiggies, and then that way I can give Ashley cover? Thank you for the wheel.
With me!
Hang on.
Spread out!
Okay.
There we go. 3, 4, 5. Let's just go up to the upper floors. He has to run up the staircase to get to us, so no big deal.
They keep coming.
Alright, hopefully this is perfect. Yep, that's perfect. Splits you in half.
Move! One down. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Ow, ow. Bonk. Shoot him in the bum. There we go. Headshot will do it. Oh, I am nearly dead. Let's see. None of these really help. I'm just gonna fight through the pain, unless this thing gives me a green. Nope, it doesn't.
Hey, let's take a break for a sec.
I'll be fine. We gotta keep going.
Yes. There is no danger whatsoever in being so close to death as we open up another place.
We're not out of the woods yet.
Alright, let's see if there's anything here that can help us. Yonk. Anything here? Nope. Anyone following us? Nope. Thank goodness. I noticed chat can't actually see what my health bar is at, but it's red. It's in the danger zone. It's not doing too hot. Alrighty. This way. God damn, how does Scribbly Noodle do it? How does Scribbly Noodle do the, you know, working on his thing and then talking to chat at the same time? I never know how he does it. How does he do the two things at once thingy? I feel like whenever I go on tangent, it's like I have to stop the game, and it's normally like one that's prompted by chat telling me of something. Ooh, resources, thank you very much. I might need you. It's never from, like, you know, I've never unpromptedly, you know, said something.
Over here.
Ashley,
Got
help
it.
me out. Like, I know I've had conversations in the past with people, and I've,
be
like,
okay?
asked them the crazy questions.
Yeah, I got this.
Cool.
Leon!
I'll cover you. Don't stop. All right.
Easy. Oh my gosh. You're not really good at the whole turning thing.
Be careful.
Oh, god damn you.
Hang on. I've got you.
Icy is cute. Ow.
Leon!
Damn. It was probably extra dangerous just not using the red and green thingy-madoogs. Icy distracted me by telling me how cute he is. How cute are you, Icy? How cute are you? Alright, break this. Oh, I can do it from here. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit again.
This way.
No problem.
I thought I could skip that, but okay. Meow. Come on. Push up. There you go, Ashley.
You're gonna be okay?
Yeah, I got this. Leon!
I'll cover you. Don't stop.
1, 2,
All right.
3, 4.
All right.
Alright, now that one.
Be careful.
Leon, watch out!
Oh. He was right in front of me, and I was like, oh, you know what would be a good time to do? Nothing. I was too busy protecting Ashley. All right. Hang on. Break this. Grab that. Grab this. Grab that.
Come on.
Okay.
Maybe I should heal myself. Maybe I should give myself
Gonna be
just a
okay?
little bit of help.
Yeah, I got this. Leon!
I'll cover you. Don't stop.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, now that one.
Be careful.
You know, you could at least,
Hang
you know,
on. I've got you.
I know what I'm doing. Oh, who's got you this time? Okay, hopefully no one's near me. Nope, no one's near me. Come on, just let me... well under pressure, it seems.
Okay,
Cool.
get back here.
It would be great if you could double check if they dropped anything. Thank you for the pesos.
All right.
All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5.
Hurry up!
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Reload you up to full. Oh, those things aren't going to drop down? Cool. So, for all we know, people
Ashley,
could be
you
catching
alright?
up from behind
Yeah.
us. Let's have a look. All right, so that can't get combined into anything unless we have the yellow. I feel like we're close to getting a yellow, quite frankly. In the original game, the water room was an infamously difficult spike owing to nearly endless spawning enemies and a very high population cap. Oh, so you could have like a lot more people. All right, hang on. Is there a way for me to remove the... No. Can be used to restore health. Awesome. Well, I was able to use that to restore health. All right, rifle ammo. Because I feel like we're going to use it at some point. I feel like there's just been a lot of rifle usage here. I don't have anything for the shotgun.
Thanks.
All right. I'm glad that it's not as bad anymore. I've never played the OG, so I do not know of all the, like, pain points other people have had. I just know of the pain points that I'm having in this one. So the catapult one, I will admit, was very much my fault for, you know, not doing the grenades or double-checking the fire barrels sooner. I should have thrown grenades as soon as I had a chance. Okay, we can't push that open. Where do you want us going? Is it up here? Nope. So we got here. And then what?
Come on.
No problem.
Oh, pushing it. Oh, yeah, I see.
Okay.
So we give him a boost. My gosh, this is a fairly lengthy chapter as far as like puzzles go. God, I remember when Ashley. God, you're pale. All right, where are you, Louise?
Looks like the right place.
Where is he?
You okay?
Oh no, she's having headaches. Great.
Instead of worrying about her, worry about your own skin.
Oh, come on. Okay, there's probably better ways to block that than just grabbing it.
Temperance, child.
Ashley.
Why do I feel like Luis is just gonna come up from behind and... Oh, never mind. So, whatever is in her and Leon, they can get controlled.
Shit.
Well, they were an idiot for going for Ashley instead of going for Leon. Leon could have easily have killed her or something like that, but... Alright, typewriter, save, new thingy-madoogie. There we go. You know what? I'm gonna put you away. And... Gonna grab you, because I'll need you in an emergency. Next chapter. But yeah, I remember going through,
Roost,
like,
come
Dying
in.
Light 2
Things
telling
went
us
to
about,
shit. We took refuge inside a castle, but I've just been separated from Baby Eagle.
Yeah.
Say you.
Roost, you're breaking up. Do you read me?
Or what? In. Chopper.
Can I just jump across?
Damn it.
So much for that.
Oh no, I can just walk across. Cool. If I shoot the fish here, am I gonna get killed? Because last time I shot fish, my moderator told me you should shoot the lake for something to happen to help you in the next fight. And I'm just like, okay.
Having a rough day, stranger?
You wouldn't know that.
Welcome. I've got something new for you, mate.
2 out of 3 large resources.
What you
Body
see is
armor.
what I've got.
Its durability can be restored by the merchant.
Don't worry.
Absolutely.
I offer repair
Thank you.
services as well.
Alright, and then we can buy back our stuff.
Good as
Improve the durability. Can't do anything new with that. I can sell the gold bar at least. You know what? I'm gonna sell you 2 things.
Thank you.
Anything I can do here? No. Can be inserted.
My back is killing me. Years haven't been kind.
Somebody did some research and discovered that in the remake, it's not shooting the lake that
can I
attracts the
do
boss. It's making excessive noise of any sort. Huh.
Come back anytime.
So if you just like shot in the air, it would have done the same result then. Alright, so we're now into chapter 8. Alright, moving on. Alright, so we now have body armor. Does it look like I'm wearing body armor right now? It's hard to tell in the dark. Yep, I'm wearing body armor now. Alright, so long as I don't interrupt the sermon, we should be good. The voice of pestilence dwells in the flames, leading the pitiful souls to salvation. Consign the crimson flame to his yada yada yada. Cool, alright. Oh, I need a lantern. I'm guessing I need his lantern. Alright, so I need to worry about a number of things.
Just don't mind me.
Sorry to interrupt.
Bonk. Stab you. Thank you for the Crimson Lantern. Can I just outrun you guys? Nope. No, I can't. Ow. I'm just gonna stab you in the neck and get on my way. Nope. Stab you in the neck. Here we go.
One down.
There we go.
Sorry, must have slipped.
Okay, got a lot of kitchen knives. You know what? I'm gonna swap over to a kitchen knife here. And let's see. So that does that. That does that. All right. You know what? I'm going to use one of these. Hi there, Hendrix. You're lurking. Good night. Have a great rest of your stream. Not to worry, Hendrix. Thank you so much. And welcome back, Furry Cures. Alrighty then, Lupa. Let's see. None of this is going to help me. Let's see. We'll restore twice as much health as a single green and increase your maximum health. Cool. Alright. Well, if I get 2 greens, that'd be nice. Alright, reload you real quick. Ow. Give me a minute. I think that's everyone. I'm glad none of them have guns or anything to light up the fire barrels. Like, they have fire, sure, but not fire barrels. Oh, if I was extra stealthy, I could have dropped that on them. Okay, I see how this works. I see what they were hoping I'd do. Alrighty. So. Ignore the fact that I'm nearly dead. Alrighty, and give this thing the Crimson Lantern. There we go. Would be good if you drop some herbs for me. I guess that's not how this works. Cool. And then that... Oh, okay. Actually, hang on a second. If... Yep, there we go. Use that to push all the way through. Oh, I see. They were already dead. Okay, so I did all that stealthy... I did all that, you know... Unless they set them there, so then that way I would be, you know, tempting to do stealth there. Clever developers. Prompting me to get into stealth ahead of time like that. Alright, thank you for the pesos. And then I'll lock them in the diggy there. Someone broke in from the outside.
Stop right there, Leon.
Oh, hi there, Ada. I think that is Ada
Would it
Wong.
make me use this? Would you?
Well, after 6 years, that is one hell of a greeting, Ada.
You don't seem surprised. Interesting.
Yeah!
Try using knives next time. Better for close encounters.
He knows
Not
what
a
he's
bad
doing
move.
ever since Resident Evil 2.
Very smooth.
So who are you working for this time?
Oh, Leon. You know I don't work in Tal.
Oh, come on. He's good for it. He's good for a secret. He doesn't usually share too much.
Leave the girl. She's lost no matter what.
Why?
You walk away now. And who knows? Maybe you'll live to meet me again. And then I might get you that greeting you were looking for.
You think I'm gonna give up that easy?
Unlikely.
Right. How about we continue this discussion another time?
Sounds good to me. I just want to get moving.
Last person I thought I'd run to here.
I am curious what in the world she has, or what in the world that she's going for. Because when she was with Louise, it was like, oh, do you not have the amber? And he's like, no, but I know where it is. No idea what the amber is. Brass pocket watch. Thank you. Alright. What's this? Okay, are you just gonna be out of breath the entire... Yeah, okay, fine. Let's use your health. Lithographic stone D. Alright, so we got... stone B. Alright, so they want us to grab some stones. So, weird torture device. Graphic C. And where is the other one? There we go. That was easy to follow.
Should do it. All right. Need to find Ashley.
Would be nice to know I could have moved them, like, right at the get-go, but I guess not. Alright, what are you gonna read about? Hear the signal echo through the mountain... Yeah, cool. More religious nutterness.
Oh, great.
This time, fast-moving creepies. Also, where the fuck did he... Oh, he went through there. Okay, cool. Thank you for the small key. So I basically used a small key to open something. And now I get a small key back. Yeah, big muscles! Big muscles! Muscles! There we go. Oh my... Oh! Oh my fucking god, that's a spider. The fuck? Oh. Oh no. Christ. Fuck you. Fuck you, spider. Oh god. Oh, the temptation to just sort of be like, fuck it, that we're calling it a night. But I know I want to keep going.
Why not treat yourself, mate? Welcome.
How do you just get anywhere? Oh, actually, I can sell you some things. Here.
A deal well struck.
And then that's a clock where we got sapphire, yellow. Ah, 2 emeralds. Alexandrite and red.
I'll buy almost anything. That's
repair
good
this,
work if I do
repair
say
that.
so myself.
Alright, so we've already increased the power. Let's increase the power
There you
on
are,
this one.
as you wished.
Reload time and rate of fire.
We're starting to get an idea. Will that be all? Come back anytime.
That will be all. Alright, save, level, chapter 8. Getting through it. Break you. Alright, reload you. Thank you. Reload you. Nope, we got no more to do for you. Shotgun ammo. Yes, please. Can't do anything with rifle ammo. Alright. Awesome. Hello, Raymond.
Oh, dear Mr. Kennedy. You appear to have lost your companion.
She said meeting you once was enough.
How convenient, as I was growing tired of that modern Dutch. Let us play this game of ours in
Ow! The fuck? Where did you pop off from? There we go. Bonk. Break you. There we go. I thought those spider thingy-majiggies weren't gonna do that. Alright, so that changes it into night. I see how they want to function.
They keep coming.
Dink. Alright, reload you real quick. Oh, I see. So climb up here. Turn it into day. So, yeah. So it looks like there's alternative ways to get through this area. And if I'm clever, I don't need to turn the clock so often. Ow! You could throw that? Alright, so if I could somehow... I'll most likely be able to get into there from another side.
One down.
Stab you, so you're not going to be a problem for me. Alright, reload you. Alright, so we can change it from day to night, and if it goes into night, I can go into there. Alright, let's give it a try. So, dink. Does it lock me out of... Nope, I can just still break this open. Cool. Meow. Yep, so then I can go up here. And then obviously it wants me to drop down. Okay. Drop down here. pesos, and then I can go into here, open this, grab you, an ornate necklace. 2 squares and 2 circles. Alright. And then I can just climb up here and avoid... Yep, awesome. Generator here. Cool. Break you, grab all this, thank you. Excellent. Please do not. Oh, easy. Cool. Bam. There we go. Break your neck as I...
Must have slipped.
Nice. Alright. Wait, is there any benefit to making it day? No. Oh, hang on. That way that gate opens. Is there any benefit on this side here? Not from what I can see. Alright, reload you. You're on to 1 bullet, and you're a rifle. Alright. Oh, it's one of the big ogres again. Looks a little bit like an Urukai, I'm gonna be real with you.
You guys are really starting to become a giant pain in my ass.
Yep, giant also works too. Alright, give me a minute, give me a minute. We're gonna run. Ow. Please do not. Oh, you mother. Yep, okay, this is gonna be a very fun. This is gonna be an fun excursion in avoiding multiple threats. Like that. Death. Oh. We can do this. Maybe I shouldn't have, like, run around so much. Maybe I could have... Alright, so... Yep, skip this.
Another one. You guys are really starting to become a giant pain in my ass.
And then I can just hide behind here. Hello. Hi, Jason. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing all right. How are things? Damn it, I was kind of hoping to... There we go. Alright, reload you real quick. Thank you. Alright, thank you for the pesos. Bonk. Ow. Well, at least whoever was there earlier was dead.
Hello.
Hello. I'm still the normal looking. I'm still the 2D thingamajig. Alright, Cool, thank you for the resources, thank you for the bullets. Come on, over here. Is there a benefit to this fire barrel? Not really. I guess if I was running around like an idiot, I could use it. Alright, there we go. And now to climb up this before he throws another thingy-majiggy.
Yes. Cannon. Hope it works.
Use the small key here. Thank you for the head pats. Ornate beetle, thank you very much. Alright, that breaks one of them. Give me my pesos. There we go. Alright, I do not need to worry about any more thingy-majiggies. Oh, I need to worry about you! Cool. Where'd you come from? There wasn't much explanation on how you got here. How are things going for you, Jason? How is your Easter? Meow. Bonk. Ah, okay, I'm just pushing it up the different levels. And now to see why it's... Oh, it is up to this one.
Get ready.
Nope. Wonder if I can... There we go.
All right. Open for traffic.
Let's just make this an extra challenge. Maybe not worth the extra challenge. Come on. Oh, did they get hit as well? No, they're just back there. All right. It's going well. That's good to hear, Jason. I'm not doing too much with mine. I thought I didn't have anything planned, quite frankly. That's just the be-all, end-all of it all. Oh, I can reload my shotgun. There we go. I just have streaming on my side for, like, plans and what have you.
Ashley,
and
where are you?
Maybe afterwards, maybe just chat with my sister or something like that. She's the one who has the kids and such, so she does all the... what's-a-mahoozy. She does all the Easter stuff, normally. Because of the whole, you know, kids and what have you.
Let's stay back.
I need to double-check something. One moment, please. Refresh that. Where are my tabs? Oh, what's this? Blue is playing a fucking game right now. Hey chat, we should go poke fun at Blue. Let's do it. Hang on. I need to see whether or not I can turn him into a maid. Oh, I can't put him in his femboy outfit. All right, fine. We'll just do the gremlin maid outfit while he's busy. Solve this. Yeah, I'm streaming. No. Yeah. All right. Here's. Dang it, Kusaki. All right, cool. I'm done. I'm done being a shitter in Blue's streams. I'm going back into mine. Oh no.
I'm so scared. When that happened, I wasn't myself anymore. I was something else.
Oh, she must have been terrifying. I know.
You too?
Most likely. They are both infected.
It's okay to be afraid, you know. But you can't run. You gotta keep moving forward. We will beat this. Together.
Together, despite the fact, you know, I work for the president, and the president is your father. We can't do anything about
Just give me a
this.
heads up before you stab me next time, okay?
Lol. Cool. Okay.
Leon, thanks.
Yay! Chapter ends. Typewriter. Alrighty. I really wish I could put, like, ammo into storage. That would be really nice. So then that way I can just be like, right, I'm not using the SMG ammo anytime soon.
Luis, where are you?
Sorry, I screwed up. Come to my rescue, Prince Charming.
I'll show you charming, pal.
I'm not your pal, friend.
Past the courtyard. Don't be late to the dance.
Can't believe that guy.
When he's in trouble, we can't just leave him, right?
No, we can't just leave him. Alrighty. Gotta head into the ballroom, but first, let me just break all this fancy china. Alright, Alright, I guess we're going this way? Yep, I think this is the right direction. Where is it? I hear it. I hear the windings. I hear the fucking machinations. Where the fuck is it? Alright, can't find it easily. Breaking these things. Well, at least I'm getting handgun ammo. Maybe it's in the other side? No, it's not like there's another... Alright, so it is outside. It's just, for all I know, it's up there instead of down here. Okay, so the crows do drop something. But just pesos. Alright, thank you. Don't go up there just yet. I need to explore. Break you. Did I kill you in time? Yes, I did. Awesome. Alright, so we got fountains, we got gates.
Sipping time sponsored by this test box.
All right. Thank you, bestest boy. You know what? I need to give you a nickname in my streamer chat thingy, or in my streamer Twitch chat, Twitch speaker. That's it. That's the word, Twitch speaker. So it says bestest boy because that's your name, right? Bestest boy. Thank you for the sippies. Complete chapter 6, complete chapter 7, 8, defeat Bitores Ramirez. Lol, I love how it says grilled big cheese. Perform 3 consecutive stealth kills without being detected. Awesome. Good stuff. Thank you for the gunfire. It's whatever you want. I reckon it's bestest boy. Alright, where's the doggos? Give me a minute. I need to shoot some bad boys. Unless that's something bigger than a bad boy.
Keep your dogs on a leash, people.
Stab. Alright, that's another kitchen knife gone, but that at least means that we're now gonna try out this boot knife. Oh, that's unfair. I didn't know you could just jump through the fucking bushes.
Give me a break already.
Wait, was I supposed to know how to get, you know, in and out of this, what's-mahoozy maze? Because I'm just going by gut instinct right now. Alright, reload you. I imagine it's just gonna jump out shortly. Also, I need to combine some things. Mixed RGB time. There we go. And then the mixed RG. How many of these boys are there? Jesus. Sounds like there's a whole pack of them.
One down.
Ow. God damn you. Fuck it. Shotgun. Alrighty. Flashbang, gunpowder, peso. Sounds good to me. Jesus Christ, these guys are everywhere. Alrighty. Are they just gonna be infinitely spawning?
Okay. Be careful.
Yep. I'm just gonna leave you here with the dogs. Alright, so...
Where are you going?
I wanted to... Oh, okay, never mind.
Don't leave me.
Oh, it's probably because I told her to stay... Yep, okay. Oh!
Hey, look! The flag's been lowered.
Okay, so I do need to go into the different towers. Ow. Oh, the boot knife is like instantly gone. Damn. Man, the boot knife is shit.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I am meant to be like going and getting all the different let's have a look. Oh, you know what? I bet the mechanical thingy-majiggy is somewhere around here. I love how it calls it mechanical cadence. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there you are. Got it. I think there might be a hint on the net map if you need it. I need no hints. I know exactly what I'm doing. Rephrase that. I know exactly what I'm doing now. Plus, we got rid of all the dogs, so yeah, no big troubles there. Although, I think I just heard some more. Yep, I just heard more. Come on. I hear you. Just, you know, jump out. Would save me time. Awesome. Reload you. Thank you. Alright, we go under here. Now I go into this thingy-majiggy and, pull the lever. Is Ashley a mouse? No, but weirdly enough, there's been a lot of fan art about making Ashley a mouse for some reason. I don't 100% understand why that is, but apparently people want to have Ashley as a mouse. For whatever reason. Alrighty, so... Oh yeah, I remember how this goes. And then we go a long way around. So I order Ashley to pull this lever.
Okay.
And then... So... But then how... Oh, I see. I thought I had to go through that gate as well. I know why. It's because of someone saying, what if Ashley was just a mouse and wanted cheese? And what? Who said that? Who said Ashley wanted cheese? Who? More Spanish Catholics.
They're here!
Ashley, run!
Bonk.
Ashley! Next. Come on.
My goodness. Ashley, please.
Leon!
Hold on! I'll take care of him!
Bam! There we go. Alright, let me just see what any of those guys dropped, because they would hopefully have some stuff.
I'm good. Thanks.
Nope, just more pesos. Cool. Awesome. Thought there'd be something more to it than just pesos, but sure. Pesos. Give me your pesos. Oh, there's more of those things.
Body armor's not looking great.
Okay, now I'll use this. Ow. Reload this. Alright, so now we're here. Oh, we're back on this section. So we opened the gate, is what we did. And then if we go through this door...
goods that might interest you.
Do you now? Do show me the new goods. You can look for the meme spawn. That would be great. It's hilarious that they picked mouse, given that the village chief trying to recap is called the Big Cheese. That is fair, especially since I did see the achievement about the big, like the grilled big cheese. So I guess it's probably just a lot of reference of cheese getting utilized, and they're like, you know what? Cheese. That's what everyone wants to mention. Cheese.
Ruby's all rubbish. It makes no difference.
Alright, so we got 2 emeralds and Alexandrite.
That's our choice to make. A deal well struck.
Alright, first one. Increase attack by 1.5 times. Max out all other upgrades or use an exclusive. Oh, I can upgrade this thing.
I'll see you right.
Alright, well, grab that.
Big. Enough to get the job done.
Chalice of Atonement. Past transgressions, 3 rectangle recesses,
curiosities?
3 round recesses. So we can get like a red thingy-majiggy, yellow thingy-majiggy. So we got a yellow.
I'll buy almost anything.
And then we can increase the durability and the damage here.
Molding a weapon to suit your specific needs.
Use an exclusive upgrade ticket to unlock this. Alright, well, easily we'll just do the purchases for this.
Will that be all then?
You can link a page to explain it. Drop it into the memes, if you will. I have a channel in my Discord for just simply memes, and I've recently tried pushing an update into Discord so that anyone who newly joins in, there's like, you know, a little thing of like, oh hey, welcome to the stream, thank you for the Discord link, income command, just, you know, going in there and such, and there'll be like a thing where it's like, oh, if you're a new user, check out the what's Mahoozy, the memes channel, and post us your latest meme or something. That to, you know, try and encourage new people to at least join in somewhere, like in the memes. Alright, where am I going? I'm going into the ballroom. Alright, so that's the wine cellar with treasure and treasure, which I was not bothering to do. I need to try and get into there. Okay, so... Huh. Ladder. Oh, yeah, because staircase. Alright. So now I should be able to go this way. I forgot the reason why I went back to the merchant. It's in memes? Excellent. I forgot the reason why I went into the merchant. It was so then that way I could repair my body armor. The simplest meme origin ever.
Take a look.
Why did we let Ashley pick be a mouse? Well, she likes
Welcome.
cheese.
Got a selection of good things
There
on
we go.
sale. Good as new.
Oh, and we can upgrade existing stuff
Don't
even
get
further.
yourself
Awesome.
killed now.
Someone has most certainly come up with a means of like getting more pesos in this game. This is most likely going to be something I Google in tomorrow afternoon or something or rather. Someone just did it. Yep. So that's probably as simple as it had to be. Someone just did it. All right, reload this.
Ballroom must be this way.
All right, we can't open that door.
Hello, stranger.
You literally were like just the other way. Blue medallions, 6 of them around the ground hall. Cool. Dink. There we go. I can do even more nasty upgrades on those weapons for you and make them sing even louder for the right price, of course. Give us a shout if you're interested. It would be cool if he was also... Ooh, hang on. So, locked chest. Oh, there's a shooting range here. I was worried I had to go all the way back to the lake to get to the shooting range. Wait, what's this? Audience chamber. What?
You don't get carsick or anything, do you?
You're about to find out.
What the... Where does this go?
We're
Is
here.
this like the traversal system, like, or the fast travel system, I should say, sorry. All right, and that put me, oh, okay. So it puts me here. Grand Hall. Nothing here. Set of stairs. Unlocks the door. To a type, ah. Okay, cool. Well, I'm not gonna stick around here.
This way.
Head into the ground hall.
Okay.
Toot toot. Chugga 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 chugga.
We're here.
Thank you. It's very ornate as well, weirdly enough. I don't know if it needed to be so fancy.
Oh, nothing but the finest ways.
Noted. Alright, well, we can't open that just yet. Yeah, because that's looking for the square lock. 1, 2, 3. And then a whole way down there. Oh. Ah, that's probably like on a different floor or something. Yeah, it's on an upper floor. Okay. Cool. Treasure. At least the map tells me where things are. Alright, first and foremost, you, out of the way. There we go. And then... blue medallion somewhere higher up.
Look, there's a statue up there.
Yeah, and it's missing some head. Alright. The temptation to... oh, hello. That was a waste of ammo. Could have done better. The gallery. Alright, reload you. Nope,
No
so you're
good.
locked. Oh. Yeah, I know.
All right.
Let's... oh, come on.
No! Hey, up on the balcony!
Ow. Oh. That's an insta-kill. I didn't know that was an insta-kill, I'm gonna be real with you. Alright. Note to self, we're just gonna...
All right.
Lol.
We're sandwiched, all right. What the hell is happening? Shit! Out of the way.
Stop!
Damn. I knew it.
Hey, up on the balcony!
Come on.
Ah, Jesus. My head.
Ow.
Leon, the other side! Leon, watch out! Watch out! Leon, he's back! What's happening?
Alright, stab you, I suppose. Get the red barrel, cool. Oh, it's an insta. I didn't realize it was an insta kill. Alright. I was really hoping I could just like shoot him in the head before all the problems arise, but yeah. Alright, so break you, grab the shotgun shells, reload you real quick.
All right.
There we go.
Holy.
Yes, we're doing all this so then that way we have less problems coming up, but alright, here we go.
Leon!
We're sandwiched, all right. What the hell is happening?
What's happening?
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
All right, Ashley, let's move.
Oh, I was really hoping I could just shoot them. I was really hoping I could just shoot them through the like the gap that was gonna form, but I guess not. I guess I, you know, didn't do Ashley justice. My bad. All right. All right, here we go.
Holy.
All right.
Leon!
We're sandwiched, all right. Hang in there. Ah, Jesus, my head.
Yep, 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 yep.
Here you go. Present for you. What the hell is happening? Shit!
How did you...
Shit.
Leon, the other side!
There we go.
What the hell is happening?
And I accidentally shot her, wasn't it? That's what I did wrong. Yep, I accidentally shot her. That's the problem. I was just like, I'm just gonna shoot at the body. That's it. But yeah, I'm definitely... I am rushing a little bit. I will be real with you, but... I can do this.
Holy.
Yep. All right. And then, yep, there's you.
We're sandwiched, all right. All right.
Holy.
All right, where's the other guy?
One down.
Hey, up on the balcony!
They keep coming. What the hell is happening? Ashley!
Ah, these heads.
Leon, the other side!
Yep, 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 yep. There we go. You're incapacitated, but that's okay. I can save you. Just stay alive. 1, 2, 3.
Leon, he's back!
Yep, I know. Hopefully that's enough of a stabbing.
No food for you!
Oh, I couldn't block that because of the ringing.
Leon!
Okay, do I need to, like, just wait till... No, I can't wait for her because there's more people coming along and such. But the guys with the barriers are probably the least annoying, especially as I have... Oh, let's actually see. Can I make more ammo? Yes, I can make more shotgun ammo. That will actually go... And I got a bonus for it. Awesome. Alright, shotgun ammo, very helpful. I can't make any more. Alright, first and foremost, reload that. That way I have better resistances. There we go. Alright. So get the obvious ones out of the way.
Go suck a lemon.
You go suck a lemon. You go suck a lemon, Blue. Also, you should be streaming right now. What are you doing in my stream when you should be streaming right now?
We're sandwiched, all right. bad, right? They keep coming.
Hey, up on the balcony!
Yep, I know. Just letting them burn. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. There we go. There we go.
Jesus, my head.
There we go. Alright, pull this lever. Would be great if you tried not doing that. Hey! Stab you in the neck. There we go. Oh, I see where you're dropping from.
There you go. Ashley!
Bonk you in the head. Grab the pesos. Reload this real quick. And we're good. We are fine and dandy. That was a lot easier when I had more than just one shotgun shell. Note to self. Shotgun shells. King. Shotgun is king. Each and every time in these games. Realistic shotguns as well are absolute fucking beast. Thank you for the goat head. I don't think it's the head that we need, though. I reckon that goat head is going to be used elsewhere. Ooh, a lot of handgun ammo. Thank you very... Ooh, hang on. I didn't see you there earlier. There we go. Oh, we can get shotgun shells from somewhere. Did I? Oh, there's the shotgun shells. Awesome. Oh, I see you. There we go. Easy. Alright, moving on. Stay close. Oh, can I go into here? Yes, I can. Cool.
Hey, Leon, there's some armor. Bet you could use it like a bulletproof vest.
Little
Bet you
old-fashioned for my taste.
You could wear it.
Too bad. I think you'd look pretty dashing.
You could put on armor, quite honestly, Ashley. There is nothing stopping you from putting on a little bit of armor, quite frankly. I know they don't want me to know, but I know the minute I go down there, there's going to be trouble. Reload this. But I can just vault over.
Ashley, stay up there.
Okay, be careful. Leon, the armor!
Oh, come on.
Come on, you can't be serious.
Is that why you mentioned the armor? Oh, alright, moving out of the way.
Look!
That helps. Oh, but now there's more of them.
Hey! Get away from Leon!
Ashley, it's okay. Just stay safe.
There we go. How many more are there? 1, 2... Just... Nope, 3. Okay, that's annoying.
Go to hell, you rusty piece of shit!
Ow. Fuck you. Oh boy.
Are you okay?
Yep, I'm okay.
Yeah. Nighty-night. Nights.
Leon!
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm exploring. All right, reload you.
Leon!
Yes.
Leon!
Ashley.
Nice catch.
You could have
You
dropped
sure you're
down.
alright? You're not burned, are you?
No. Thanks for your help. I really did the trick.
All right, so what are we doing? We're lifting the tails? Nope, we're pulling them down. Okay. Cool. That did it. All right.
You don't think they're gonna move, do you?
Cubic device. Awesome. Alrighty, so rat infection 1. Where is the other mice? Yay!
Hello, stranger.
Hello, governor.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Mm-hmm. Matilda, a handgun capable of shooting in 3-round bursts when the stock is attached.
I suppose.
Uh-huh. Alright, so I got 1 of sapphire, 1 of diamond, 2 emeralds, 1... 2 viper. If I could get 2 rounds, then that could go with the ornate necklace. Can't upgrade. Alright, I'll repair
Crossing
you
your
at least.
T's, dotting your I's. That's the way to be.
Yes.
Ruby's all rubbish. It makes no difference. Don't get yourself killed now.
Okay, question. What happens if I go into the shooting range? Can I take the same what's-a-mahoozy challenge as last time?
We got a new game for you, stranger. You're gonna take it for a spin, right?
Alright, so we've got several different ones. Alrighty. 2, 1.
You got this, Leon.
Superb shot. Reload.
Sorry. I prefer using mouse and keyboard for this. Alright. I get my S, and I get a... Alright, last time I got a gold token. This time I only got another silver.
I see a performance like that. You're something else, you are.
Okay, so... Alright, I'd get a gold if I got, you know, 100% obtainion of that. Silver, gold, and then plus 1,000 for every... So, yeah, so... And every is star. Don't know what the star means. And then... Destroy all pirates. Ding, and then that's the SMG and the rifle, and then So I could do that repetitiously. Alright, let's see how we do with this one. 2.
High score, here we come.
Superb shot. You're an artist, mate.
Right in the dick.
Reload. Double kill. Incredible. It's a bullet bonanza. Fire everything you've got.
Leon, shoot! Quick, hurry! Shot!
Brilliant.
Are you serious?
And that's the game.
Okay, so I get the previous silver tokens as well when I do that. Awesome.
Believe it. Superb job.
And I did that with the controller as well, rather than the mouse. Easy enough. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Change that over, and we get ourselves... an Ashley Graham, 50% health recovery on green herbs. I like that a lot. Is there a way for me to change the thingy-majiggy from down here? No, there isn't. I can just auto-sort. Auto-sorting is fine, I suppose. Okay. Well, the first thing that pops into my head is that, yeah, I'm just probably going to be able to repetitiously take on these particular challenges. The stars are for every 1,000 above the gold medal condition. Since you have 2 stars, you won't get any more silver medals until you score 3,000 over. Ah, okay. Well, that one will take a little bit. That makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, I imagine... So the first thing that pops into my head with, you know, this scenario is just going through... getting as many of the silver tokens and such as I can, unlocking more of these, what's-mahoozy, actually, is there, can I just use gold on its own? No, I have to...
That was like something you'd see at the fair. It reminds
I
me
have
of
to
being
use
a kid.
silver with it. Alright, hang on a second. I'm gonna use... Give me a moment.
Use a submachine gun if you want to make quick work of the...
Alright, here we go. We're gonna try and do the,
Show 'em what you got. Oh, that was awesome.
That's it. Oh, beautiful. Reload.
Easy enough to do.
That's the stuff. You've been waiting for it.
So yeah, I missed out on one of the thingy-majiggies, so...
Holy cow, Leon, you gotta get him.
Superb shot. That'll do it.
Yeah, so wouldn't be 3,000 plus. Yeah, it's not even a high score, so... Oh. I didn't even get another silver. So I can't repeat these for more, whatsamahoozies then. Damn. Never mind. Okay. I thought you can use any combination one. Yeah, but if I use like 3 golds in a row, then I have a better chance of getting like, you know, the different thingies. So. Yeah.
Break's over, I suppose.
Yes, break is over because I thought I could do some cool shit. All right. Customized case. I now have the epic Ashley Graham, which I'm going to equip to the left. This goes into the center. So yeah, so 50% health increase from green herbs, 15% submachine gun ammo, craft bonus frequency. I don't use the submachine gun though, so it's like not even worth. Gonna hit save on there. So, but yeah. I had the idea that if I wanted to get more of the monies, I could just repetitiously go through these challenges, and even if I already I was under the assumption that if I had already completed the challenge and I already got all the, you know, stats of like, oh yay, you got to S rank or whatever, I could still, you know, re-earn tokens by just playing it over and over again. But I guess that's not the case. You'll be able to re-earn tokens on New Game Plus. Yeah, but I'm not going to be playing this on New Game Plus. That's the problem when people watch me stream and such like that, is they think I'm going to do the New Game Plus treatment. I'm not. You're not going to see me do New Game Plus a lot of the time. The only time I ever did New Game Plus was for Titan Quest, when I decided to play with Code and we played it together, and then there came a point where we had to go through Legendary instead, but we've taken a break from that. That's the only time I think I would ever go through like a New Game Plus, is because, or playing the game all over again, is I want to play with friends. And I'm willing to start from the beginning for them. What time is it? 9:39. Okay. I am going to end the stream there. I think I'm going to end it at a good point as well, considering I'm near the shooting gallery, and I'll be able to do the shooting gallery stuff in my own time. And yeah. We'll be picking up on this game again Sunday morning. So Easter Sunday morning, I am going to be picking up on this game again. The reason why I do it in the morning is so then that way there's a greater chance for the American peeps to be able to catch me stream, because did I put it down as 9 a.m. or 10 a.m.? Hang on a second. What did I put down in my schedule? Because if I do it in the morning, it's like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. for a lot of the Americans, which I believe is a much better time for them. So, hang on. No, I hit the wrong button. Ding. Profile. Where is it? Where is my little notification? Because I have, like, my little schedule, and it is... Wait, oh, no, tomorrow is April 8th. I don't know why. I thought April... 10 a.m. Okay, I need to double-check my thingy-majiggy and make sure it's saying 10 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. Because I normally do, like, the schedules and such like that. Thank you, Lua, for, you know, sticking around, having a little chat. It's great to see some new peeps talking and what have you. Who else did we have? We had... Chiaru, nice to have you back. Bestest boy, being the bestest boy. Furry Cures, lovely to have you here. Lovely to always have you. And then Jason, yep, Jason, thank you for being around. Blue, jumping in and out while they're in the middle of the stream. Are they still streaming right now? Let me check. Yes, they're still streaming. But I kind of want to break into Mega. Insert title here. They're doing some cool thingy-majiggies. Oh, but... I want to go into someone different. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. Spice 8 Rack is streaming. Okay, if none of you know who Spice 8 Rack is, they're a fucking awesome... You were in and out of the stream? Not to worry, Furry Cures. Spice 8 Rack is probably one of my favorite YouTube whatsamahoozy creators. Their pronouns are it/them. They do a number of Magic the Gathering talks and such, and it's really great. And I think the most recent one they did, I think it was about, what was it about? God damn it. They did like cool stuff. They finally did their mill versus discard discussion. Oh, that's it. What comes after the multiverse? Magic and Marvel and Magic the Gathering. So, oh my gosh. Here's the thing: is like do we want to raid into them? Because there's nothing furry about them. I just like their YouTube content. I just like their YouTube videos, quite frankly. It's really tempting. What would but I can't use my normal raid message though. That's the other thing. Is I would have to use. I need to use a different one, and I want to customize it. They're playing Subnautica. They normally. It's tempting to like just go really easy of like, in response, on I raid the stream or something like that. Or maybe something to do with Gruel, because my favorite MTG colors are Gruel. What are they on about right now? Hang on. Oh, they're doing a little bit of Subnautica, like, storage management. Ah. Am I the only one in this chat who knows who Spice 8 Rack is and is having this, like, you know, fanboy moment of like, oh, it would be really great to raid into them? Maybe. Oh, okay. Alright. Tempting. What's the worst that could happen? Who else? We got Renslayer doing their thing. Doppels, Akari. Oh, Bajo. That's always... God damn. There's all these, like, cool peeps I like following, but they're normies. And I can't just use my normal raid message on them. They'd be wondering, maybe I could get away with Himbo raid. Nah. Non-binary pals are prepared to get... No, maybe I can get away with it. Maybe. Yes. Damn. Alright. Maybe the Phyrexian invasion. I am just having like a real big thinker of like just a moment of like thinking really hard. But no, they're just playing Subnautica though. Like, it's not that cool. Just Himbo rate. Why doesn't Code tell me that in his account? Why does he have to take over yours? All right, fuck it. Spice 8 Rack. He's getting ready for work. All right, fair enough. All right, we're gonna go raid into one of my favorite YouTubers, Spice 8 Rack, who does a discussion about Magic the Gathering and communism and shit. So that's going to be a real ill humdinger of enjoyment. We're going to go with the classic raid message. Himbo raid shows your cutest guys, gals, or non-binary pals are prepared to get swole. Please, I hope, I ask, I call upon you, please have this raid message. I can't be the only one. They would think I'm a nimmy. They would think I'm weird. Furry Cures, yeah, thank you for backing me up on this one. We're gonna get ready for them, all right? Alrighty then, cool. If you don't have the emotes, that's okay. You're welcome to use whatever other emotes you have, or none at all. You're welcome to use whatever, ever. You will... As for everything else, I want to say thank you everyone who came along to tonight's stream. I greatly appreciate it. I will be back online tomorrow evening for more Final Fantasy XIV as it's MMO night. You're welcome to follow me on the Twitter or the Discords, and I'll hopefully see you all next time. Bye for now.